Welcome to IIHF World Hockey Championships Group B action for you this afternoon between Denmark and Russia. I'm Mike Weaver with the call, joined by Patrice Lefebvre. Patrice, your thoughts on today's game?
Well, I think just by looking at the lineup on both sides there, it should be a win for Russia, absolutely. There shouldn't be any contests, but you never know when it's played on the ice.
Denmark has struggled so far in the tournament. They have just 1 point to show for, and that's an overtime shootout. They lost to Slovakia. What do the Danes need to do to turn things around?
Well, they need to make sure that they close the play, take away the speed from the Russians, especially in the neutral zone. Play a good defensive game and try to keep things simple. Shoot pucks at net, pucks behind the defensemen of Russia, and try to create some offense.
The Russians are always a strong team. They've suffered a bit of a surprise against the USA in that defeat to this very young team comprised of a lot of college players. What do the Russians need to do to get back to the dominance that they showed last year in Minsk?
Well, they've got to make sure that they don't play with overconfidence. I mean, best example you said about against USA, a lot of young guys, a lot of young motivated guys there, and they showed that it's played on the ice. So it's the same thing here. Russia's got to make sure that they work towards their A game and before going to the medal rounds and start going in the way they can play.
Up front for Russia, so many marksmen that Denmark has to keep an eye on. Who do you think Denmark needs to single in on the most?
Well, if you try to single in on one too much, it's going to be dangerous. You got Malkin, you got Kovalchuk, you got all these guys. I mean, it's some of the best players in the world, so you got to make sure you don't give time and space to those guys, absolutely.
Denmark's starting to build a strong hockey program. They've finished 8th in 2010, but since then they finished 13th twice, 11th once, and 12th once. So they're not quite getting the results, but they're putting up a lot of prospects, and we saw it this year with Winnipeg drafting a young Dane very high, 9th overall. How's the Danish program evolved over the years?
I think it's trying to copy a little bit of the Swedish one, which they're neighbors anyways, and I mean, if you look at Sweden, there's a lot of great players that have come out of there, and I think they're trying to do the same route as Sweden is doing.
Nikolai Ehlers drafted 9th this year by Winnipeg Jets, so the future certainly is starting to look brighter and brighter for Denmark. For Russia, they don't have Ovi this year. He was sort of the focal point last year that all pucks went through. How big of a loss is it for Russia to not have Ovechkin?
Well, for sure it's a big loss. You know what Alex Ovechkin brings every game, but fortunately for him, he's in the playoffs right now in the NHL, so I'm sure he's happier there than being here at the World Championship.
A couple players out of the lineup today due to suspension for Denmark. Jesper B. Jensen for a checking from behind incident in the game against Belarus for a hit on Andre Stas, and also forward Matthias Bau is suspended for a checking to the head incident in that same game against Belarus for a hit on Yevgeny Lizovets. Patrice, you saw this game. Were these suspensions warranted?
Jesper B. Jensen is kind of there was no penalty on the play as well. Stas had the puck on the boards, and the last second he saw Jesper B. Jensen coming. He kind of turned his back, and he got hit from behind and hit his face on the boards. The other one was not even nothing from the check to the head. Was nothing that we saw, as it was no penalty call as well on the play. So it was 2 suspensions that were reviewed after the game.
So a short-handed squad here today for Denmark. So players will certainly get a lot of ice time here. And we see Evgeny Dadonov. He's been great here for Russia. Had a very strong opening game, and of course was the focal point of the KHL championships for SKA St. Petersburg, where he single-handedly just destroyed Akbars Kazan in the final. We're just about ready to get things going now. Shipashov on the draw, wins the face-off against Jensen. Russia with the puck. This is Yakovlev. Yakovlev sends it ahead. Puck chipped in deep. Out to play the puck now is Dom. Up along the boards into the corner now. Dadonov loses the puck. And now Denmark get it up and out into the neutral zone. The Danes get over center ice and dump it in deep. Out to play the puck is Bobrovsky. Puck kept in at the line by Denmark. Behind the net into the corner it goes. And now it's brought up at the ice by Yakovlev. Sends it into the corner. Russians get to the puck first. Puck chipped into the corner by Kulemin. Out in front, there's a shot wide of the net. Into the corner now. Russians pick up the puck, and we have a hooking penalty coming up here. So an early penalty here in this match. And looks like Nikolai Kulemin is going to get the gate for 2 minutes or less. So Patrice, never a good move to get a penalty 180 feet away from your own goal.
Yeah, coaches are never happy when you get a penalty or an offensive zone. Here's that hooking penalty. It's a little bit of a forced call a bit, but the rules are the rules, and you can't put your stick on the other guy's stick like that.
So Russia's penalty killers will go to work here off the face-off. Chudanov plays it into the corner. And now Denmark cycle it around along the half boards, twisting and turning away from his man. Denmark with possession. Green plays it down low behind the net now to the point. Christensen on the half boards. Green sends it cross ice. Jacobson, Christensen, Jacobson, down low. In the slot, there's a shot fired just wide of the net. Good puck movement by the Danes. Getting a good scoring opportunity in the slot. Puck given away, and now the Russians will get a chance to clear, but they're unable to. Kept in by Denmark. Played down low. On the half boards now. Green in front of net, nobody there, and now Denmark will keep it in. Puck is moved around now the perimeter. A minute left in the power play. Looking for an open man in front. All kinds of time. Back to the point. On the half boards now. Cross ice. Green to the point. The shot, one-timer, and it doesn't get through. Broken stick, and the Russians come the other way. Here's a long shot in by Platnikov. Behind the net now, Denmark will organize. 30 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Puck is lugged up the ice now by Bjorkstrand. He had a goal in the first game for Denmark against Slovakia, and we have a whistle and a stoppage in play.
Good puck movement by the Danes. Unfortunately, not that many dangerous shots. I don't know why number 29 there is not in front of the net. Morten Madsen, with the size he's got, keeps playing behind the net. I think they should. That's my opinion anyway. I think they should put him in front and get some shots from the points. Try to get puck through and create some screen and deflection. Not behind the net.
He's a big man, 6'3", Morten Madsen, off the face-off now. Denmark controls the puck. Puck is dumped in by Lauritsen. Along the boards now. Puck is dug loose by Russia. Russia get it to the line, but not out. Just 5 ticks left in the clock on the man advantage. Into the corner now. Belov. Cross ice for Yakovlev. Behind the net now. Out to play the puck. Dom leaves it for his defenseman, and now Denmark break away. Puck is dumped in on goal, and an easy save for Sergei Bobrovsky.
Not a big shot right there by Stahl, who hasn't seen the ice the last game he's played. I don't know if he was hurt or was the 13th forward, but now with the suspension, it's got some room for him.
He's 37 years old, Kim Stahl, a native of Herlev. He played and won in the Asian League this year with the Tohoku Free Blades. He had 37 goals in 46 games for them. Russia now turn the puck over. Back to the line. Here's a shot. Doesn't get through in a breakaway opportunity, but the puck skips away a little bit too far for Yevgeny Malkin. Played up along the boards now. Chudanov pinching in. And now Puck is brought up the ice by Jensen. He looks cross ice and finds his open teammate Spelling. Back to the point. Spelling back to the line. There's a shot, and it doesn't get through. And breaking away with it, Shipashov sends it ahead. Brought in over the line now. Cross ice, one-timer, there's a shot, and it doesn't get through. Dadonov teeing it up. Back to the point. Mironov behind the net now, and Denmark come away with possession. Puck chipped up all the way down the ice, and that will be icing against Denmark.
Good block there by number 28, Emil Christensen from Denmark. Getting right in front of that shot for that one-timer. So to put his body to sacrifice for the team.
So we're still deadlocked at 0. There's that puck movement, and it looks like he took it off the face, so that's really taking one for the team. Shipashov on the face-off now. He wins the draw. Yakovlov into the middle of the ice. There's a shot, and a nice save by Sebastian Dom.
Good job by the Danish players to boxing out the Russian players, so that Dam was able to see that shot coming from the point.
So Anton Belov with that slap shot, and he's coming off a strong season for SKA St. Petersburg, winning the KHL title, helping those perennial underachievers finally win the KHL title. Here's a shot now, trickles wide of the net. Evgeny Dodonov, teammate of his in St. Petersburg. In the corner now, twisting and turning is Panarin, another SKA St. Petersburg player. Panarin cycles it now to Dadonov, back to the point. Yakovlov, shot well wide of the net, and now Denmark will get a chance to clear, but Poulsen unable to. Russians maintain the pressure, and that pass off the mark all the way down into the Russian end. 15-20 remaining here in the first period from Ostrava, Czech Republic. Brought up the ice now by Russia. Fanned on that passing attempt, and that could have been dangerous as the stick broke. Brought in over the line now by a Denmark. Shot wide of the net. And we have a whistle and another stoppage in play.
Well, a little bit unfortunate play for a defenseman from Russia. They're trying to make a play, but stick breaking at the same time. That's what happens with those carbon sticks. One pieces, a lot of times they break in the wrong time, and puts yourself in trouble.
Offensive zone face-off here for Denmark. Denmark get it back to the line. There's a shot and an easy save for Sergei Bobrovsky.
Not much on that shot right there.
So Russia yet to really face much of a challenge other than this loss to the USA. It's been a pretty easy schedule for the Russians. A 6-2 victory over Norway, a 5-3 victory over Slovenia, and then that one blemish on their record, that 4-2 loss to the Americans. Back to the point. Puck is played in. Into the corner now, Denmark. And now the Russians take over. Tikhonov. Tikhonov receives the return pass, drops it off for his teammate Medvedev. Medvedev lugs the puck up the ice, and he turns it over, and here come the Danes. There's a shot, and it's steered aside by Bobrovsky. There's a hit delivered by Chudanov. Some of the fans wanted a penalty. Along the boards now, into the corner. Denmark turn the puck over. Tikhonov with it. Tikhonov clearing attempt, and now Russia come away with it. Russia in the neutral zone. Dump it in. Dom out to play the puck. Leaves it there for his defenseman, and Denmark will break out with it. Christensen up over center ice. Christensen makes an extra move at the line and throws his teammate offside.
Good job by the Danish players there in the neutral zone, taking the speed and the time from the players of Russia, and they create a couple turnovers right there between the blue lines. That's where the speed is usually taken from. When you have a good pair of defensemen that can make that good pass, gives time to the forward to get a lot of speed there between there. That's when you usually get that first pass coming.
The defense is a bit of a question mark for Denmark. Last year in Belarus, they gave up 27 goals against, second most in the tournament behind Kazakhstan. They also have to do without Philip Larsen, who as a free agent has opted not to participate, fearing the risk of injury. He's coming off a season with 25 points for Uyghur in the KHL this year, so
definitely not helping when you miss guys like that, like you've said. But that's why they have to play a good team game as defensively. So the forwards got to be implicated as well.
Of course, there's some bloodlines on this Danish team. Marcus Lauritsen and Oliver Lauritsen. And just 3 years, pardon me, separating those two in age. But how much does that help a team if you're able to have brothers on that just know each other like the back of their hand?
For sure they do, and they're playing back in America in the American Hockey League, so they have good experience that way as well. So it's definitely going to help Denmark.
Puck shot in now by Denmark, and the Russians come away with it. Sent back to the Dom behind the net. Puck is played up along the boards, and now the Russians send it across ice. There's a shot, and it deflects up over the net, and we get a whistle and stoppage in play.
Right there, a bad pass there by the defenseman. Forwards was higher, and the Russian forward saw that. Got right in front and got the puck, made a nice pass to Malkin. Unfortunately for him, the puck was deflected outside.
Evgeny Malkin pointless so far in the tournament. What's he need to do to get on the score sheet?
I think it's still early in the tournament for him. I mean, if you look at the season he's at as well, as he didn't have a great season. Injuries, and Pittsburgh were struggling all year as well. They weren't the same team as before. So maybe he plays with your head, but I'm sure that this tournament's still long, so I'm not worried for him.
Puck brought in over the line by Denmark, and now Russia take over in the neutral zone. Shipachyov's pass off the mark. And now there's a takeaway. Shipachyov lost the puck, and Denmark take over. Pass is sent ahead there by Bodker. Dumped in, and an easy save for Bobrovsky, and he elects to hang on for a whistle. Stop and start here in the early going. Not much flow to this game.
Not much flow at all. It seems like a really slow game right now. Not much going, like I've said, in the neutral zone. Everything is clogged up, so guys trying to deke one another, and then there's not a lot of puck movement, so it makes it for a slower game.
13:02 remaining here in Ostrava, 0-0 between Russia and Denmark. Leaning in to take the drop, Plotnikov loses the face-off. Denmark with possession behind the net. Shaken and baking there, Starkov. Back to the point, there's a shot, doesn't get through. Along the boards now, there's a hit delivered by Plotnikov. And Russia come away with it. Chudanov sends it across to his defense partner. And there's a stretch pass ahead on the backhand. Walking in, great move! Denied as Tarasenko doing a nice bit of individual effort. Back to the point. Sent cross ice. Spins by his man, there's a shot, steered wide of the net. Behind the net now, Antipin hands it off. And now Russia cycle the puck around. There's a shot, and it doesn't get through. Tarasenko digging for it. There's a hit delivered, and Denmark come away with the puck. The Danes up over center ice, dump it in. Bobrovsky jumps on it and will hang on for a whistle with just under 12 minutes remaining here in the opening frame.
Great move by Tarasenko there, one-on-one. See that long stretch pass I was talking about the defenseman. Tarasenko backward, forward, makes a good move, and good stick play by Sebastian Dan of Denmark right there. Oh, actually, just hit him right on the shoulder.
So blocker save there for Dam as he showed the poke check to Vladimir Tarasenko, the St. Louis Blues forward. Now in to take the face-off for Denmark. Madsen loses the draw, and the Russians come away with it. Denmark picks the pocket there and dumps it right back in. To play the puck is Bobrovsky, leaves it for his defenseman. Belov puts it up along the boards, and now Russia come away with it. Cross-ice pass, here's a shot! From an angle wide of the net, and Dom smothers the rebound off the boards for a whistle.
Volachak tried to go for that big slapper, definitely fanned on the shot right there, so doesn't happen often for him.
Ilya Kovalchuk named MVP of the KHL playoffs, although most pundits would agree Evgeny Dadonov was the hero that led that SKA St. Petersburg team to the title. Leaning in on the faceoff now, Evgeny Malkin against Jesper Jensen. Off the draw, Malkin wins the faceoff. In the corner now, race for loose puck, Malkin gets there. And now Malkin with it. Malkin, cross ice pass intercepted. Back to the point. There's a shot, doesn't get through. Malkin with it. Going wide on his man. Malkin puts on the brakes. Now Malkin back to the point. Here's a shot and it doesn't get through. Behind the net now. Into the corner. On the half boards. Played behind the net again. Malkin loses the puck. Played up along the boards. Kulemin turns it over, and here come Denmark. Stahl sends it across ice. Brought in over the line by Storm. Storm gets the shot off. Wide of the net. Denmark still with possession, and now Russia comes away with it. Out into the neutral zone. The Russians chip it in deep and up out of play for a whistle and stoppage in play.
Good buzz there by Russia with Malkin and Kulemin, but not much going on there. Good job by number 25, Oliver Lauritsen, on Malkin. Right on him all the time, and even when he tried to get that back from the cycling down low, he was there first and was able to clear the puck out of the zone.
Face off in the neutral zone now. Shipashov loses the draw. Denmark come away with it. Up through neutral ice, and now it's played into the Russian end, and a bit of sloppy play, an uncoordinated play by the Danes. That's going to be icing against Denmark.
Absolutely, like I've mentioned before, a lot of a disorganized playing, especially in the neutral zone there by both teams actually, so that's what makes it for a slower game.
There you see Oleg Znarik. He of course won the KHL title 2 years in a row with Dynamo Moscow. Took the squad to a final 3 times, so certainly respected as one of the great hockey minds in Russia. Coming away with now Bodker, puts it up along the boards, and now Russia with the puck. Panarin back to the point, and there's a takeaway, and here come Denmark. Played ahead, and now Dadonov with some space. Dadonov cutting in, shot it just over the net, and the net comes off its moorings as Dadonov crashing the net, and it looks like we could have a penalty coming up here. The guilty culprit looks to be Jacobson, using his stick. Bit of stick work for sure. So
good job by Dadonov going there, but great job by the defenseman on that transition play. Denmark lost the puck right away, and the pass was on the stick and was gone within a second. Gave a 2-on-1 opportunity for Russia.
Bit of confusion there, whether it be a penalty shot or just a penalty. So Jacobson will get the gate now. Julian Jacobson for 2 minutes or less. Here's a shot from Chudanov. Doesn't get through. Into the corner it goes. Played up along the boards. Shot doesn't get out. Now along the half boards. Russia play it down low. Malkin. Cross ice pass. One-timer. There's a shot wide of the net. Back to the point now. Malkin. One-timer. The shot doesn't get through. And now Denmark will get it up and out. Sergei Mozyakin with a couple of one-timers there. Mozyakin gets it across now to Tarasenko. To the point. On the half boards now. Into the slot. Puck bouncing around. Mozyakin. To the point. Chudanov. Mozyakin. Mozyakin. Cross ice. Nice pass. Oh, what a save. The glove hand save by Sebastian Dom, stoning Yevgeny Malkin.
Great puck movement by the Russians right here. Up and down, left to right, and great save right here. Top corner that was going there, and Sebastian Dom making the big save for Denmark.
So Sebastian Dom entered this tournament as the 3rd string goalie. Patrick Galbraith, he's represented Denmark since 2006 at the World Championships, and Simon Nielsen was set to be the backup, but Sebastian Dom getting a start here, making the most of it. Here's a one-timer, the shot, they score! Beautiful execution by the Russians on the power play.
Denmark was not able to clear the puck. Very lucky play by the defenseman, getting the puck right in the air, and which created the pass back down to the hash wall, off wall. Great pass by for one-timer, great goal.
Artem Panarin with the one-timer, and he gets his 2nd goal of the tournament. Off the face-off here. Denmark can't clear the zone. Kept in great play at the line to hold the line. There's the pass, and what a bullet from Panarin. Dadonov finding the open man. And what a shot, top shelf. And it's 1-0 Russia. And a goal that you cannot blame Sebastian Dahm too much for. And a great play to hold the line there and keep the puck in the offensive zone.
A little bit unlucky for Denmark there. The puck was in the air, pretty much at the height of the glass, and the defenseman just got it right back in and was able to give that pass for that one-timer goal.
Bad giveaway by the Russians, and the Danes are on the attack now. Into the corner. Back to the point. Send cross ice. And there's a shot that doesn't get through. Tarasenko into the corner now. Belov plays it up along the boards. And now the Russians come away with it. Tarasenko puts on the brakes. Tarasenko bodied around on the puck. Sends it down low. Puck in the mesh there of the net. Players trying to dig it loose. It's still tied up. Referee lets them play on. Tikhonov. There's a shot and a nice save by Dahm. It's been busy so far in the early going.
Absolutely, good work behind the net there. And Anisimov just tried to go short side again, top shelf, but another great save by Dahm.
There you see the puck all tied up on the mesh there. The referee lets them play on, and eventually it comes loose. A good opportunity for the Russians, using their size to their advantage. Anisimov loves to do that. That's his office right there, right around the crease area. Off the face-off now. The Danes put it up along the boards, unable to get it out. And now Denmark send it across ice. Bodker up through the neutral zone. Couple players swatting away at it, and the Russians come away with it out into the neutral zone. Denmark picks up the turnover, thrown into the Russian end, and now back to retrieve it. There is Kulikov. Puck brought up the ice now by Russia up through the neutral zone into the attacking zone. Denmark steal the puck. Played up along the boards by Bodker. And now Denmark out into the neutral zone. Bodker with it now. Sends it ahead into the Russian end. Along the boards now. Good pressure here by the Danes. Twisting and turning away from his check there is Starkov. Russia turn the puck over, and now the Danes with it. Here's a shot, blocker save by Bobrovsky. Sent ahead now, and here's a bit of a 2-on-1 shaping up. Pass across, and it just doesn't get to Malkin. Good defensive play with some good hustle there by Jesper Jensen. Behind the net now. Back to the point. Here's a shot. They score! 2-0 Russia. Mozyakin finding the back of the net.
What a play by Malkin behind the net there against Jensen. Just protecting the puck with his body, with his size. Great set of hands. Turning, spinning on himself. Seeing number 10 there from the Russian team. Just ready for that one-timer. Great play there. There's Malkin protecting the puck. Heads up play. One-timer, goal.
Sergei Mozyakin does what he does so often in the KHL for Metallurg Magnitogorsk, and that's find the back of the net. He's got a terrific shot on the power play, and he knows where to be, and boom, right off the post and in the net, and it's 2-0 Russia. And the Russian Bears looking dominant here in the early going of this match. Denmark play the puck ahead. Here's a chance now for the Danes. Nice move, the save by Bobrovsky. Puck comes up along the boards, and now the Russians come away with it. Up through the neutral zone. Brought in over the line by Panarin. Panarin circling around the net. And now the Danes get it out into the neutral zone. Played back. And now Denmark with the puck. So Malkin picking up the lone assist on that goal by Sergei Mozyakin. Played up along the boards now. Deep into the Russian end. Bobrovsky out to play the puck. He gets it to Kulikov. Florida Panthers defenseman sends it ahead. Denmark takes over. Sent cross ice there by Bodker. Bodker chipped ahead into the attacking zone. Denmark looking cross ice. Off the blow line. Nice save by Bobrovsky, getting the left pad out to make the kick save. Here come Denmark now, circling back in the neutral zone. Puck is handed off, and now it's dumped in deep to the Russian end. Chutinov backhands it behind the net. And now his teammate Antipin will take over. He sends it cross ice, and the Danes take over. Denmark in over the line with possession. Weak shot, steered aside, Spelling on the forecheck. Jensen, and now the Russians take over. Brought up the ice now by Shirokov. Shirokov in over the line. Sergei Shirokov. Playing his club hockey for Avangard Omsk. Had a nice little playoff run this year. Bobrovsky sends it to his defenseman. And there's a stretch pass ahead. Shirokov twisting and turning. Shirokov backhands it in on goal, behind the net now. Denmark take over in the corner. Now the Danes lug the puck up the ice, up through the neutral zone and into the attacking end with a head of steam. Cross ice pass off the mark, and the Danes will have to reorganize. Christensen sends it ahead. Puck bouncing around, and Mosiakin turns it over. Here's a shot, and a nice save by Bobrovsky. And gobbling up the rebound there was Belov. Mosiakin. Stick handles ahead and flips it into the Danish end. Mosiakin will go in on the forecheck. The Danes play it ahead. Russia with it now, and they dump it in. Denmark play it up and out all the way down the ice, and that will be icing against the Danes. So Russia leading 2-0 here in Ostrava over the Denmark.
Couple good sequences there by Danish players there. What seems to be the successful way in the neutral zone is the puck being a long pass in the middle and hitting right on the outside, and we saw number 9 there, Fredrik Storm, making a nice move right there, coming one-on-one against defenseman, getting a good shot, good save by Bobrovsky.
Face off now to the right of Sebastian Dahm. The Danes control the puck. Played up along the boards to the line, but not out. Belov out into the neutral zone now. Antipin backhands it ahead. And Denmark lucky to maybe get away with too many men on the ice there. Denmark bring the puck in over the blue line. There's a shot and an easy save for Sergei Bobrovsky.
Good job by Storm, taking his speed and protecting the puck with his body. Seems to be the guy with the best energy right now so far for Denmark.
Denmark, coached by Janne Carlsen, is entering his 3rd season behind the bench for the Danes. Let's take a look at some of these goals. Beautiful first effort there by Panarin with a laser beam shot and almost a carbon copy here. The Russians really executing these one-timers well.
Absolutely. Good puck movement, good puck protection. When the puck is on the stick, it's gone right away.
So Sergei Mosiakin with his first goal of the tournament, but can be certain he will provide lots more offense for Russia. He's 2nd all-time in KHL scoring, behind only Alexander Radulov, who's the MVP of the KHL 2 seasons ago. He forms a dominant line up front with Denis Zaripov and Jan Kovar, the Czech forward. Denis Zaripov sent home due to injury, and that's a bit of a blow for the Russians, as we've seen such good chemistry between Mosiakin and Zaripov.
Absolutely, and what I'm surprised about is Radulov is not there as well with the national team. I think the problem with Radulov is not his play, but it's his attitude, so that's why they decided not to bring him.
In the corner now, behind the net, Russia comes away with it. Up to the line, but not out. Twisting and turning Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand had a goal in Denmark's first game. Played behind the net now. Into the corner. The Danes cycling it around. And we got a whistle and a holding call coming up here.
Probably going to be against Anisimov, I think. Not really sure, but definitely, no, Medvedev, sorry. Definitely a good holding call right there.
And no question about it, Medvedev takes his hand off the stick. And as soon as you do that, you're looking for trouble. So we'll get a look again here at the Danish power play. See what the Danes can do. Patrick Bjorkstrand had a power play goal against Slovakia. 3:04 remaining in the first period, so real good chance for Denmark to try and get some momentum back and try and deflate Russia with a goal late in the game, late in the period. Denmark with it now. Green sent cross ice there by Christensen. Behind the net now, Madsen. Green. Green to the point. Green hangs on to it. Back to the blue line. There's a shot. And it doesn't get through. Rebound in front. Bobrovsky gets the left pad out for the save. On the boards now. Denmark. Green with it. Green turns the puck over and the Russians relieve the pressure and get it out into the neutral zone. They'll try and make a quick line change. And now into the corner. Belov. Kulikov now. Kulikov pokes it up to the blue line. There's a shot. Doesn't get through. Backhander. And Russia will get it out and down the ice with a minute remaining here in the man advantage. Back to retrieve the puck for Denmark. The Danes bring it up the ice now. Storm, shaken and bacon. Storm into the corner, puts on the brakes. Storm looking for support. Gets it back to the blue line. And Russia steal the puck. Malkin looking for a breakaway pass, unable to thread the needle. And Dom plays it up along the boards. Cross ice feed. And now it's brought into the attacking end. Putting on the brakes, there was Jensen, and it's sent all the way down the ice by Russia. 28 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Dom plays it up along the glass. Denmark bring the puck ahead. Brought in over the blue line. And the Danes now in the corner. Play it behind the net. And Russia get it to the line, but not out. Belov comes away with it. Anton Belov. Cross ice to Dadonov, and he's just offside at the line.
Good job by number 48 from the Russian. Birukov with his sticks, got the long reach, and holding Storm to make a play there and forcing him to turn on himself, and then we're able to get the puck and clear the zone with that one.
You've seen Yevgeny Dadonov play a little bit. Do you think he's going to make the jump to the NHL?
Well, it all depends on what he wants to do. Definitely, does he have the talent? Yes, absolutely. But you never know if they want to go on the other side or not. So I think it's going to be depending on him. I'm sure he's going to get some offers.
Off the face-off now, Russia back to full strength. Puck brought up the ice now by Kulikov. Sent up along the boards, and now Lauritsen gets it on the boards. Green, and now this is Russia taking over. Kulikov. Florida Panthers defenseman, 6'1", 185 pounds. Sends it ahead, in over the line, putting on the brakes there is Tarasenko. Back to Kulikov. Kulikov to Tarasenko. Tarasenko hands it off. Here's the one-timer, the shot, and another save for Sebastian Dom. He's been busy today in the first period.
Absolutely busy, but he's been good as well for Denmark. Could be maybe 4-0 for Russia right now, and right there we saw the example, just squirt to the puck, no rebounds.
So offensive zone faced off for Russia. Just 29 seconds left in this opening frame. Denmark into the corner. Trying to kick the puck loose there was Jensen. And now Russia get it in deep behind the net. Battle for loose puck, chance for Russia here to get one last shot off before the end of the period. Penalty coming up here to the Danes behind the net. And Russia throw it towards goal, and the first period buzzer will go. A slashing call indicated by the referee. So when we return in the second period, Russia will be on the power play. And the red machine looking dominant. Russia up 2-0 over Denmark. Patrice, your thoughts on the opening frame?
Well, it was a slow start to the game. A lot of, not a lot of flow, especially in the neutral zone. A lot of broken up plays, and then a few good plays there by Russia coming back and getting those 2 goals with 2 great one-timer goals right there. So I think it's pretty fair to say that's the right score is 2-0.
So after 20 minutes of play here in beautiful Ostrava, Czech Republic, Russia leads Denmark 2-0 here in Group B action. We'll be back with more hockey in just a minute.
Артемий Панарин. Артемий, после твоей шайбы стало дышать чуть полегче. Как оценишь первый период?
Играем не в свой хоккей, слишком много позволяем, на мой взгляд. Концентрации маловато, нужно добавлять все равно. Несмотря на счет, как бы игра пока, наверное, не на нашей стороне все-таки, но равная какая-то такая тягомотина идет. Так что надо добавлять, потому что сейчас, не дай бог, залетит одна шайба, и потом начнется скользкий счет, станет, будет уже неприятно.
Передача на счету Евгения Додонова. Вы в списке лучших бомбардиров, там наравне с канадцами. Хоть какое-то значение придаете этому?
Пока нет. После, может, посмотрим. Главное выиграть.
Удачи.
Спасибо.
Удачи. Артемий Панарин был с нами в этом перерыве. Коллеги.
Welcome back to the IIHF World Hockey Championship Group B action between Russia and Denmark, live from beautiful Ostrava, Czech Republic. That man, Sebastian Dam, has been busy so far. Some big saves, keeping his team in this game, not allowing the Russians to run away with it yet. They're in front 2-0 after 20 minutes off a couple of one-timer goals in that first period by Artem Panarin and Sergei Mozyakin. Patrice Lefebvre, your adjustments these two teams need to make, or particularly Denmark needs to make in this second period?
Well, definitely they're trying to be the first on puck and body position in their defensive zone. Try to get those plays, those passes coming in from inside the crease there and inside the slot away. Try to keep the puck on the perimeter and keep doing that. They did a good job in the first 7, 8 minutes there in the neutral zone, creating a lot of turnovers, and that's what they got to keep doing. But right there, pretty bad start for Denmark on the PK to start the second period.
So in the box for 2 minutes or less will be Nicholas Jensen, playing his club hockey at home for Aalborg Pirates. 6'2", 198 pounds is Jensen. So the Danes send it into the Russian end. Almost a bit of a careless play there by Bobrovsky, but Russia gets by with it. And now Dadonov drops it off for Panarin. Dadonov, Panarin. He's got a great shot, as we saw in the first period. Back to the point. There's a shot wired wide of the net. And the Russians starting to turn things into a firing range. Just rifling these one-timers left and right at Denmark. Brought in over the line. And Medvedev loses the handle, and now Russia will have to regroup. Kovalchuk brought into the line now by Russia. Kovalchuk cross ice, his pass well off the mark. A couple of sloppy passes by Kovalchuk. And now Denmark back the other way into the corner. There's a bad angle shot. Medvedev takes over. Yevgeny Medvedev, the longtime Akbar's Kazan defenseman, represented Russia at the Sochi Olympics. Part of that team that went out in the quarterfinals. Really disappointed the hometown crowd with that loss to Finland. Along the boards now, kept in at the line. Behind the net now. Kulemin, Nikolai Kulemin, the former Toronto Maple Leaf. And now this is Malkin. Cross ice, oh! Great chance there for Russia, just unable to find the handle. Russians controlling it, 25 seconds remaining in the power play. Malkin, his pass intercepted, and that will squirt out into the neutral zone. Circling back with it is Chudinov. Chudinov to Malkin. Malkin in over the line. Malkin. Cross ice. No shot yet. Russian player knocked down in front of the net. Kulemin providing a screen. Back to the point. Tarasenko. There's a one-timer. The shot doesn't get through. And now the Danes will clear it all the way down the ice, and we're back to full strength.
Very nonchalant plays there by Russian players. Like you've mentioned, Kovalchuk making 2 bad passes there, and Malkin just trying a little flip pass across the crease there. It's didn't work at all.
Jesper Jensen on the forecheck now. He's worked over by Tarasenko. Tarasenko sends it across. Now Bailov with it. Bailov sends it across to his defense partner. Now Russia lugs it up the ice. Up through center ice with a head of steam. Shaking and baking, going coast to coast. Yakovlev turns it now into the corner and hands it off there for Kovalchuk. Covey out in front. There's a shot. Nice glove save.
There are the plays I was talking about, coming from behind the net there in the from the corner. You can't have those passes coming right there in the crease there, and for any good scoring chances in the slot, you gotta make sure that those passes are kept on the outside, and you gotta put your sticks, especially in the passing lane.
So a couple of SKA St. Petersburg players there combining. A couple of guys who used to play in the NHL as well. Viktor Tikhonov and Covey. There's a shot off the draw. Nice save. And Sebastian Dam picking up right where he left off in the first period, holding his team in the game, not letting this one get out of hand for Denmark.
Absolutely. Good job by him.
Playing his club hockey in Denmark at home, like several of these Danish players. A little bit of carryover as well, some playing in Germany for Hamburg and also in Sweden. The USA, of course, and as far away as Japan. There's a wraparound attempt. Tikhonov on the attack. Tikhonov twisting and turning. Tikhonov hands it off to Covey. Covey, and we have a whistle and a crease violation. So a face-off now out in the neutral zone.
Absolutely. Again, those crease regulation with the European rules and the IIHF rules. There's a great save right there by Dam on Malkin. And there's Malkin's play here, protecting the puck, making that quick pass for that one goal, that one-timer goal.
Yeah, just bullies Jensen off him there, and using his size to his advantage. We've seen that a lot from Evgeny Malkin. Puck dumped in now by Denmark. Russia back with it. Puck sent up along the boards. Tarasenko trying to get by his man. And now Antipin sent ahead from a bad angle now. This is Plotnikov. Plotnikov loses the handle, and now Denmark come back the other way. The Danes bring it up over center ice and dump it in. Here's a chance now on the rush for Russia. Twisting and turning is Anisimov. He sends it down low. Russians moving the puck around. Belov joining the rush now. Anisimov, side of the net. Here's a shot. Tarasenko sent it wide of the net. And now Denmark will relieve the pressure and get it out into the neutral zone. Russia just playing catch with the puck here. Now the Danes steal it. Spelling sends it back to his defenseman. Stretch pass ahead, and the Danes chip it into the corner. Kulikov turns the puck over. The Denmark on the attack behind the net now. Twisting and turning. Taking out his man there is Andrei Mironov, the youngster. Brought up the ice by Russia in over the attacking end. Shipashov, almost a one-timer, and Panarin getting a little bit fancy with it, and now here come the Danes. Puck chipped in. Out to play the puck is Bobrovsky into the corner. Panarin, Artem Panarin, sends the puck ahead. Mironov, Bobrovsky playing it again to his defenseman. Kulikov, Dadonov bringing the puck back into the defensive zone. Sends it ahead in the neutral zone. The Russians turning with it. Malkin turning back again. Malkin, pass off the mark. Medvedev brought in over the line now. A couple of Russians. Here's a chance. 2-on-1. The shot. Great save. Denying Kulemin. Kulemin plays it down low. Behind the net now. Russia dominating this second period. Walking out with it now. Back to the point. Sent down low. There's a shot from a bad angle and a save with the mask by Sebastian Dom after Russia had all kinds of possession.
Great save by Dom on Kulemin right there on that 2-on-1. I thought that Kulemin was going to go back to get that pass back for that open net, but he didn't. Good read by Dom right there.
What happened to the Danes? Did they just fall asleep at the wheel?
Well, there's a lot of broken plays as well by the Russians as well, so the puck is all over the place. Right there was kind of puck was bundling on the blue line there, and that's how the 2-on-1 was created.
In the corner now, Russia with the puck. Kovalchuk, Covey throws it towards net. Pinching in off the blue line, there's Antipin. Into the corner now, the Russians cycling it around. Covey leaves it for his teammate. Puck is played up along the boards by Denmark. Back to the point now, Covey keeps it in. Walking a tightrope there on the blue line. Green, the captain, plays it behind the net. Along the boards now into the corner. And into the slot. No shot yet. There it comes, and a nice glove save. Sebastian Dom making sure there's no rebound. So 13:37 remaining here in the second period of play. And not the type of response you want to see from Denmark after falling behind 2 goals in the first period.
I think they're just trying to keep the damage low as here, and then, I mean, we can see that Russia is way more superior, unfortunately, and you just want to see that Denmark's trying to lower the damages a little bit and trying to get a high score of a tennis score.
Yeah, the Danish forwards are going to need to provide a little bit more offense. Captain Martin Green has represented Denmark in every World Championship tournament since 2003 when his country joined the top division. Nicholas Hart had a great 2011 World Championship where he scored 4 goals in the tournament. And big Morten Madsen is going to be expected to provide a little more offense for this team as a junior player. Madsen played for the Victoriaville Tigers in the QMJHL, and he scored 100 points one season leading the team. So he's shown effort at a lot of offense at the junior level, and now can he provide it here on the international level? Offensive zone face-off here for Russia. Off the draw now. At the side of the net there is Anisimov, using his size to his advantage. He finds Plotnikov. Plotnikov. Yaroslavo, Lokomotiv forward, draws a penalty here. Vodker's going to get a penalty as soon as Denmark touches the puck. They do just that. And the Russian power play is going right back to work, and Denmark playing with fire.
Yeah, you just got to be Vodker is a little shorter player, and you just got to make sure that he put his position right there by going like that, put himself in a tough situation. The stick is between the skates, so when the player starts moving, it's an automatic penalty right there.
Just 5'9", Mads Vodker. He certainly is tasked with playing against a lot bigger forwards. In to take the draw now is Jensen. This is Jesper Jensen. Of course, there's Jesper B. Jensen on the roster also, but he's missing out this match with suspension. Russia with possession now. Chudanov. Chudanov sends it cross ice. There's a one-timer. Oh, and it's steered aside by the goalkeeper as a great one-timer there. And getting the blocker out was Sebastian Dom. Russia bring the puck up the ice now. Up through the neutral zone. Puck is handed off into the attacking zone. There's a shot by Malkin. And it's sent all the way down the ice. So Yevgeny Malkin with a couple of great chances here with the man advantage. 1:15 left in the power play for Russia. Chudanov sends it cross ice. Up through the neutral zone into the attacking end. Back to the point. And now the Danes will get it up and out, and they'll send it all the way down the ice. Bobrovsky there leaves it for Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk. Ilya Kovalchuk hands it off to Panarin. Panarin, diminutive forward in over the line. Bad pass by Covey. Couple of careless mistakes he's had in this game so far. Into the corner now. Hart, Nicholas Hart. There's a shot from a bad angle by Morten Green. And now Russia comes away with it. Kovalchuk in over the line with possession. Kovalchuk, cross ice pass again off the mark. Not on top form today, Ilya Kovalchuk. Dadonov into the corner now. Medvedev battling for the puck. Skips up along the boards, and Denmark pinched to keep it in. Panarin turns the puck over. Panarin. And now this is Bjorkstrand playing his club hockey in the KHL for Medvešek Zagreb. Stretch pass ahead for Panarin. Panarin cutting in. Hands it off to his teammate. Tarasenko taken out of the play, and now here come Denmark. Into the corner now. Mironov, the youngster, playing for Dynamo Moscow. Just 19 years of age, Andrei Mironov, a bright future ahead of him. Here's a shot from the point, wide of the net. And now Denmark back with possession. Sent across by Lauritsen to his defense partner. He receives the return pass. Up through the neutral zone, Denmark break away with it now. Cross ice feed, Mortensen. Morten Green. Morten Green cutting out in front. They score! Morten Green cutting out in front, and he beats Bobrovsky. The captain has drawn one back for Denmark.
Well, it all started with the power play for Russia. Very nonchalant plays by Malkin, by Kobe. And right now, great job by Morton Green getting the puck. First on the puck, dangling, getting away from Malkin, and then just cutting in front for that little far post goal. Great job here.
Here's the play. Green with it in the corner. Kovalchuk just watches him go by. No defensive effort, and Green makes him pay.
You're right, Kovalchuk. My bad, I said Malkin. It's Kovalchuk that just lets him go right there. And lucky bounce, but when you go to the net, things happen, and it's perfect example right there.
Kobe's never been known for his play in the defensive zone, but certainly Coach Oleksnarg is not going to be happy with that. Behind the net now. Russia come right back on the attack. Kovalchuk still on the ice, his shot wide of the net. Shirokov cycling it now. Shirokov twisting and turning. Hands it off to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk throws it towards goal, and a nice save there for Sebastian Dom, hanging on and not giving up a rebound. Here's the captain leading by example.
Exactly. A little lucky. It's touching. It touched Kolikov's skate, went in, but hey, when you make your own luck right there, and that's what he did, going right in front of the net.
Not a big guy, Morton Green, just 6 foot, but brave move, walking out, barging in front of the net. Here's a shot teed up, doesn't get through. And it looks like the puck's in someone's equipment. It's comes loose there from Marcus Lauridsen, so taking one for the team.
Both Lauridsen's brother, Marcus and Oliver, number 25, they've put their body to the in front of the team because they've blocked so many shots so far this tournament.
Big fellas, 6'2" is Marcus, and Oliver 6'6", 229 pounds.
Just like me.
Face off now in the offensive zone. Here's a shot, doesn't get through. And now the Danes relieve the pressure out into the neutral zone. Back with it now is Malkin. Malkin sends it cross ice. Played ahead there by Antipin, and the Danes steal the puck. Kulikov gets it back for Russia. In over the line now come the Russians. Twisting and turning with it there. Malkin, nobody there. Another sloppy pass. And now Storm back, and the Russians pick the pocket now. Malkin cross ice. Played down low. And Russia moving the puck around. Back to the point. On the half boards. Chutinov. Shaken and Bacon sends it behind the net. Malkin throws it in front of goal. Into the half boards now. Pinching in is Chutinov. Russia. Chutinov with it. Chutinov out in front. Dadonov being watched there closely by Christensen. Dadonov plays it back to the point. Chutinov. Oh, he sends it in front. Nobody there. Shipashov. The Russian fans doing the old Chigo chant for goal. Centered out in front. There's a chance now for Russia. Shipashov unable to handle it. Back to the point, Chutinov. And now here come Denmark. Storm dumps it in. He's knocked down. Russia lucky to escape without a penalty there. In the neutral zone. Here comes Panarin. Panarin! There's a shot and a nice save by Sebastian Dom.
Good job by Denmark being in there with a stick in the passing lane, bringing really tight in their zone around the slot area. So keeping everything in the perimeter, not much to go with Russia. And again, that play here before at the end, everything came out from the outside, so good. It's easier for Dom to make that save.
Vadim Shipashov there. He's got 6 points in the tournament. Moved over a couple seasons ago from Severstal to SKA St. Petersburg. Off the face-off now, Plotnikov looking for the loose puck, and Denmark comes away with it. Lauridsen plays it up along the boards into the neutral zone. Yakovlov, Green, and now Russia into the attacking zone. Here's a giveaway. The shot, rebound! Unable to get the shot off. Tarasenko. Tarasenko twisting and turning. There's a shot. And it hits his teammate Anisimov. behind the net now. Puck squirts in front of the net. And Morton Green plays it up into the neutral zone. Looked like a high stick almost made contact with it there. The referee says play on. Stretch pass ahead. Tarasenko. Tarasenko cutting in. Puts on the brakes. And now Denmark turn it around the other way. The Danes up through the neutral zone. Chip it into the attacking zone. In the corner now. Behind the net. And now Russia twisting and turning. Russians come away with it. Antipin kicking at it. Now the Danes with it. There's Jakobsen. Jakobsen twisting and turning. Jakobsen on the forehand, throws it towards goal. Into the corner now. Mironov backhands it to the line, but not out. Jakobsen throws it down low. Good pressure here by the Danes. Mironov kicks it into the corner. Jakobsen up, pinching in off the blue line. Back to the point, thrown into the corner. Shirokov for Russia. Shirokov. And now here come the Russians up through the neutral zone. Dumped in there by Tikhonov. Played all the way down the ice and now into the corner. Putting on the brakes, Hart. And the Danes with possession. Hart trying to get a shot off, unable to. Good play by Yakovlev. Hart, stick handling with it. Looks cross ice, delayed penalty coming up to the Russians. And now Russia touches the puck. Malkin touches the puck, and a tripping call indicated by the referee. So with 5:56 remaining here in the second period, Denmark will go on the power play, and as Anton Belov gets the gate for 2 minutes, and Patrice, the Russians have fallen asleep at the wheel. They're only up by one, a power play goal, and they could find themselves in some serious trouble.
Absolutely. I mean, anything can happen on the ice on hockey game, and then if you play too much of a nonchalant type of game, trying to deep sedule and go around and trying to make 2 or 3 passes extra, that's what's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to do that. Maybe they're going to score on the power play right there. Hopefully they will, make it an interesting game. And Don can stop all the pucks coming to him. And then the pressure's on Russia. I mean, Denmark is not supposed to win or get any points against Russia. This is not supposed to be anything like that. But again, it's play on the ice, and you never know what can happen.
Russians have already been upset by a very young USA team comprised mostly of NCAA players. And they don't want to drop any more points and get into that playoff round against a very strong team in Group A division.
Absolutely. That's why you got to be careful. You know, you can't take any games lightly.
Along the boards, now the Danes with it. Sent along the boards. Shipashov knocks it down. Back to the point. On the half boards now. Green, the goal scorer, gets it to the point. He twists away from Anisimov. Green with it. He's got Christensen back at the point. He finds him. Jakobsen, Christensen, Green. There's the shot steered aside. Into the corner now on the half boards. Nice play by Green. There's a shot, and a nice save by Bobrovsky. Denying that blast from Christensen. Danes with possession now. Hart to the point. Played down low. Twisting in, turning. There's Madsen. Christensen. Now Green. Cutting in off the boards. Green circles back, watched closely by Anisimov. Back to the point. Teed up, there's the shot. Wide of the net. Danes first to the puck. Christensen overhandles it. And now Russia relieve the pressure, send it all the way down the ice. 44 seconds remaining in this man advantage. Out to play the puck is Sebastian Dom. Hands it off there to his teammate, Spelling. Thomas Spelling ahead to Jensen. Jensen up through the neutral zone into the attacking end. And the Russians steal the puck, and a chance going the other way. Dadonov puts on the brakes. Dadonov, oh, nice save by Dom. And now the Danes with 18 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Jensen up through the neutral zone. Storm puts on the brakes, hands it off to Jensen. Back to the blue line. There's a shot, doesn't get through. Kept in at the line. And now it's Spelling. Spelling on the half boards, banks it off the boards, centered in front, and the Russians come away with it. They're back to even strength. Sent all the way down the ice, and that will be icing against Team Russia.
Good job on the power play for the first one with Mort Green, and he's getting a lot of shots at net. Unfortunately, right here, when you play against Russia, you cannot stop skating because they always come back putting backside pressure, and they're good at taking the puck away. And we saw a perfect example with Dadonov here and getting a good scoring chance.
Good job there by Sebastian Dom, staying square to the shooter. And now Kulikov with it. He backhands it up along the boards. And Russia get it out into the neutral zone. Sloppy play by the Danes. And now there's a long shot in, steered aside off that wrist shot by Anisimov. Behind the net, Anisimov looking for it. Green back checking. And now Plotnikov centers it. Along the boards now. Sent around, and now big Oliver Lordson to the line. There's a shot, high over the net, puck bouncing around. And the Danes, Starkov gets it up down the ice. Bobrovsky out to play the puck. Sends it up along the glass. It's a knockdown there by Jacobson. Jacobson to the blue line, Plotnikov intercepted it. And the Danes making line changes, and that's going to be offside at the line.
Well, good sequence there by Denmark. The last 7-8 minutes right there. What I like about what they've got better at is zone coverage, especially they keep everything on the outside. And with Russia trying to make the plays on the outside, making the life way easier for Denmark.
Jacobson will lean in to take the face-off against Viktor Tikhonov. His father, of course, a great player for the USSR teams, many years. Dumped in now by Denmark. Hart to the blue line. There's a shot. Out in front, and now Kovalchuk turns it around the other way. Kovalchuk brings it into the attacking zone, puts on the brakes. Back to the blue line. Kept in by the Russians. They play it down low. Kovalchuk hands it off to Shirokov. Shirokov now putting on the brakes is Tikhonov. Tikhonov, watch closely. Tikhonov retreating, throws it towards goal. Kovalchuk looking for the loose puck. And now Shirokov is there. Shirokov digs it loose. Shirokov to the blue line. Cross ice. Kulikov sends it into the corner. Into the slot. There's a shot by Malkin, and he rings it high over the net. Dadonov down low for Mozyakin. Mozyakin. Malkin. Evgeny Malkin. Gino loses the puck. And now Russia turned back. Kulikov almost got caught on that line change. In the second period, when the teams switch sides, it can really cause confusion on the line changes.
Absolutely, I think that's what the call was. Maybe too many men on the ice.
The Danish player jumped onto the ice and tried to pick the pocket of Kulikov. Let's look at it again on the replay. There's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
and
a little too long.
The 6 players on the ice. Well before.
A little too early. Usually the referees let you, away with it, but right there it was too. You could even count to 5 seconds, and that's too much.
So the Russian power play looks like we'll get another chance, and this penalty will be served by Frederick Storm. So Russia gets a chance now to put a little bit of breathing space between them and Denmark if they can close this period with a goal. Effective power play operating at 33%. A lot of firepower on this squad. It's been guilty of falling asleep at times with a bit too much nonchalant play at times, though, as well. Panarin with it now. Panarin plays it down low. Shipashov sends it to the blue line. Shudanov. Cross ice. There's a shot. They score! Deflection in front. Dadonov once again strikes for Russia, and it's 3-1.
Good job by Russia. Passing the puck around. Dadonov, great position, just showing his stick. And Medvedev just trying to slap pass right there, right in the slot area, where we see that play happen a lot right now, and especially in the NHL. And just sitting for the stick, right there. Puck movement, Danov showing his stick. Perfect pass, good deflection.
There's the shot pass, if you will, and what a redirection. No chance at all for Sebastian Dam. So that too many men penalty proves to be costly for Denmark. They were right back in this game at 2-1, just one shot away from tying things up, and suddenly they got a hill to climb again. Russia win the draw. 1:11 remaining here in the second period. Those goals in the last 2 minutes or first 2 minutes of any period can really deflate the opposition. Sent in deep into the corner now. Russia with possession. In the corner, Anisimov, Kulemin. Shot wide of the net. Kulemin looking for the loose puck, and now it's Malkin. Malkin going to work on his man. Malkin twisting and turning. Malkin into the corner, backhands it now. And first there is Bodker. Bodied off the puck, Russia with possession. There's a shot. On the boards now. The Danes will relieve the pressure, send it all the way down the ice, and that's going to be icing against Denmark.
Right, Jared, just a little more confidence with the puck right there. Could have had a chance to just flip it out, but makes an icing for maybe a last face-off and last few moments of the second period here.
Yevgeny Dadonov, he's been one of the stories of this tournament. It's been a great year for him. Led SKA St. Petersburg to the KHL title. Playoff MVP given to Kovalchuk, but Kovalchuk handing it over to Dadonov. As it's well deserved by him. Back to the blue line. Here's a shot wide of the net. Along the boards now. Anisimov looking for the loose puck. It's chipped out into the neutral zone. And that will do it as the buzzer sounds for the end of the second period. Russia get a late power play goal to put a little bit of breathing space between them and the Danes. They lead Denmark 3-1. Your thoughts on the second, Patrice?
Well, it was a little bit sloppy as well, but I thought when Denmark Green scored that goal, could be something different. They had a good chance on the PARP, and then another bad penalty. The second time in this last two games for Denmark, take too many men on the ice, and they get paid back before with that Davinov goal in PP.
So we'll be back here in Ostrava, Czech Republic, for third period action. I'm Mike Weaver, joined by Patrice Lefebvre. We'll see you soon. In just a minute here, Russia leading Denmark 3-1. Welcome back to IIHF World Hockey Championships Group B action. Russia and Denmark from beautiful Ostrava, Czech Republic. The Russians out in front 3-1 in what they've kind of been treating as a sort of a walk in the park, Patrice, if you can say that. They certainly haven't been the most intense we've ever seen them.
They're not intense at all, and like I said, they're just very nonchalant in their plays, and they just try to do, you know, doop-a-doodle, try to perfect play with a perfect pass. And like I said, Denmark is not looking to win points. They weren't expecting to get points against them. Maybe as well, they have to save energy for the big games that are coming up as well for them. So it's a mix, but they definitely don't want to get 6-1 against them. They want to keep the score to kind of a certain level closeness.
Looking ahead, Denmark will play the USA on Friday, so another big game for the Danes that they're going to be in tough against. So we're ready to drop the puck. Shipachyov wins the faceoff for Russia. Back behind Bobrovsky, and now the Russians will start things out. Chudinov ahead to Shipachyov. Dumped in, and now it's played up along the boards, and the Danes get it up to the line, but not out. And now Denmark up through the neutral zone. Into the attacking end on the forecheck is Storm. Storm delivers the hit, and now here comes Russia. Cross-ice pass, Panarin couldn't handle the feed, and now the diminutive defenseman Mads Bodker brings it ahead. Looks cross-ice for his teammate, off the mark, and Russia come back the other way. Here's a shot from Malkin, wide of the net. And now behind the net, Bodker banks it off the boards, chipped up along the glass, and Russia with possession. And it looks like a high stick or glove pass, in fact. We have another whistle and stoppage in play.
Good job by there, almost Malkin. Getting a good scoring chance. You're shooting the puck wide, looking for his first goal of the tournament. But I'm not worried that we'll, by the end of the tournament, he's going to get a couple for sure.
So looking ahead for Russia, they've got a couple of off days. They're going to play Belarus on Saturday.
Always good rivalry against Belarus as well.
The crowds will be into it. No question about that. White Russia, Belarus means. On the attack now. Into the corner it goes. Banked up along the boards. And now on the boards, Russia with possession. Anisimov shaken by his man. Here's a shot from a bad angle. Behind the net now, out in front, and Denmark come away with it. Brought up the ice now there by Spelling. Gets it to his defenseman. It's chipped into the Russian end. And Medvedev will be back to retrieve it for Russia. Evgeny Medvedev, Akbar's Kazan defenseman. And all the way to the KHL finals this year with them. In the neutral zone now, Russia takes over. Kulikov chips it in. On the forecheck goes Plotnikov. Lauritsen across to his defense partner. And now his brother plays it up along the boards. Out into the neutral zone, it's dumped in. And losing his footing there was Starkov. Out in the neutral zone now, the Danes control it. Lauritsen goes cross ice. Up through the neutral zone, kicked ahead. Bobrovsky will hang on for a whistle. We get another stoppage in play.
Not much danger coming from the Danish side. Just trying to put the puck behind, trying to keep go and get it back. But Russia's defensemen, good skaters as well, and always first on the puck.
There you see Coach Janne Carlson, third season behind the bench. He's led Denmark to 12th and third place finishes. He was an assistant coach for the Swedish Olympic team in 2006. Also the World Championship team that won gold medals that year. So a well-decorated coach.
Quick whistle by the referee right there. Good shot, good traffic in front. Here's a puck that's loose right there. Bobrovsky doesn't see it anymore. Sending it down right to his left side. Could have trickled in. Was lucky as well.
Yeah, very quick whistle there. Face off now to Bobrovsky's left. Bodker controls. Bodker throws it into the corner. Getting there first is Baylov. Kovalchuk brought up the ice now, and a steal by Denmark. Going the other way in the slot. And now end-to-end. Here come Russia. Into the attacking end, Shirokov. Shirokov puts on the brakes. Drops it off for Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk. He's got Tikhonov in front of the net. He's being worked over there by Jensen. And now Tikhonov comes away with it. Tikhonov out of the corner. Bad angle shot. Steered aside. And it looks like a penalty interference. Goaltender interference. Shirokov can't believe it. But he's pleading his case, but he's going to get the gate for 2 minutes or less nonetheless. So Denmark a chance to get right back in this game, Patrice.
Absolutely. Good opportunity for them right there. Then we see the interference by number 52. I think it's the right call, pushing the defenseman of Denmark right on his goalie at the same moment that the player was taking a shot.
So Sergei Shirokov, just 5'10", but really bulks up. He's 196 pounds, 29-year-old, playing for Avangard Omsk. Hope him get back in the playoffs this year, make a bit of a run there in the KHL. Behind the net now, Russia control. They play it all the way down the ice. And in on the forecheck is Dadonov. He's been doing it all, Yevgeny Dadonov, in this tournament with 6 points already. Nice goal tonight. There's Dadonov. Centered in front. And now Denmark goes the other way. The Danes, 3-on-2. One-timer! Wide of the net. Bobrovsky was moving east to west. Denmark with a great chance, but they can't find the net. Back to retrieve the puck now is Morten Green. Green sends it ahead. And that's going to be offside at the line against Denmark.
Green fending on the pass right there to Hart. And then let's see that scoring chance, a great 3-on-2. Puck back. Misses a shot right there.
They execute it. They've got great spacing. They just don't hit the shot. Yeah, Green would love to have that one again. He's got the lone goal for Denmark today.
Would have loved to see Jacobson be a little more patient. Keep the puck a little more, and give that open net to Hart a little easier.
Puck is dumped in there by Russia. They've got A minute left on this penalty still to kill. Almost a steal from Malkin. Dom plays it to his defenseman, and now the Danes come away with it. Bjorkstrand has already got a power play goal in this tournament. Brought in over the line. There's a shot through traffic wide of the net. Kept in at the line. Played down low, and now the Russians get it up along the boards. Denmark first to the puck, Spelling with it. He sends it on to the half boards, to the point. Spelling tees it up. Nice save and a big rebound, and Russia sends it all the way down the ice. 30 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Russia will change up their penalty killers. Mads Bodker, 5'9" defenseman, back for Denmark. Brought in over the line by the Danes. Kulikov backhands it along the boards now. Shipped up, and Lauritsen unable to hold the line. He'll send it across to Uldal. Getting a rare shift out there for Denmark. In over the line, into the center of the ice. There's a shot, trickles wide of the net into the corner. We're playing at even strength. Russia gets the puck up and out. Here comes Plotnikov. Sergei Plotnikov in over the line, drops it off for his teammate. There's a shot through traffic. Into the corner goes Plotnikov on the forecheck. And now Spelling up through neutral ice into the attacking zone. There's a shot from a bad angle and a nice save by Bobrovsky.
Well, too bad, missed opportunity here for Denmark. Good job on the power play, and one time for that one shot by number 28 Christensen. Unfortunately, nobody in front of the net to create a screen, and then Russia was able to clear a puck really easily.
There you see some of the Danish faithful here in the crowd today. Another great attendance here at Ostrava. There's a one-timer. Bobrovsky steers it aside. Tarasenko turns the puck over behind the net now. Race for the puck. Yakovlov is there. And coming away with it now, Madsen behind the net. This is Jensen. Jensen. Now back to Hart. Hart on the backhand. Throws it towards goal. Hart. Here's a one-timer. Steered aside. Along the boards now. Madsen to the point. One-timer. There's a shot. And a nice save by Bobrovsky.
Good puck movement by Denmark right there, but good job by the defensemen of Russia to boxing out the forwards for Denmark to so that Bobrovsky is able to see that puck really easily.
Focal point of this Danish defense is Mads Bodker. They've been relying on him for heavy minutes. He's just 5'9". Patrice, you're a smaller guy playing at this level. What do you have to do in the defensive zone coverage differently when you're up against guys 3-4 inches taller than you?
Well, body position is really important, and your stick, always your stick in the lanes, puck in the, always in the shooting lanes, stick in the lanes, and your position, always be on the defensive side. If something happens, the player wants to go left or right, you're always able to recover and be in your way.
There you see a collage of the goals in this game. Green making things 2-1, and there's that beautiful goal by Dadonov. He's been lighting it up this tournament, and that's where we stand right now at 3-1 for Russia. Evgeny Dadonov having a banner season for Team Russia after a stellar season for SKA St. Petersburg. Offensive zone face-off here for Denmark. In to take the draw will be Kim Stahl, ageless veteran, 37 years old, playing all the way in Japan this year for the Tohoku Free Blades. Great story that is. Dadonov now chopping at it, gets it out into the neutral zone. And now Russia back to retrieve it. Panarin, Artem Panarin, crafty forward, plays it ahead. Sent along the boards into the neutral zone. Denmark send it right back in. Chudanov. Maxim Chudanov brings the puck up the ice. Shipashov sidesteps a hit. Panarin, Shipashov. Shipashov into the corner now. Dadonov. Dadonov backhands it down low for Shipashov. Shipashov out front. Here's a chance. Panarin trying to get the backhand off. Nice save by Sebastian Dom. Cross ice feed intercepted, and the Danes break away with it. Sent cross ice, unable to handle the pass. Panarin is back for Russia. Panarin drops it behind him for Chudanov. Russia will make line changes. Russia chant erupting here in Ostrava. Sent ahead to Malkin, in over the line. There's a hit delivered. And now Denmark with the puck. Couple of players tied up there. Spelling lost his stick, and it's brought in over the line by Mosiakin. Mosiakin turning with it. Sends it down low. Malkin throws it towards goal, wide of the net. Mironov takes a slash from Spelling. Back to the point. Here's the one-timer. Wide of the net, takes a funny bounce. Malkin looking for the loose puck. Malkin centers it in front. The shot wired over the net. Mironov, good puck movement by Russia. We've got the Danes chasing them around the defensive zone. Now, Russia gain the line. Malkin flips it to the other side of the ice, nobody there. And bit of a hit delivered there on Lordson, although he knocks the man down. Antipin's shot deflects wide of the net. Along the boards now, chopped up, kept in by Russia along the boards. Russia holds the line, and now it comes out into the neutral zone, and that's going to be offside. A high stick, it looks like, made contact as well.
Good battle between number 25 from Denmark, Oliver Lauritsen, and number 41 from Russia, Kuliman. Then we saw Kuliman trying to go for a big hit against Lauritsen, and he fell second on that one.
So Kulikov, it's going to get the gate, no question about it there. That high stick comes up and hits the assistant captain Jesper Jensen in the face. So no blood, so just a 2-minute minor. And a very good opportunity here for Denmark to get right back in this game if they can get the PP working. Face off to the right of Sergei Bobrovsky. On the draw now, Denmark control. They go cross ice. Jensen puts it down low into the corner. Battle for the loose puck. Denmark comes away with it. Jensen loses control. And now twisting and turning there is Bjorkstrand. Russia send it all the way down the ice, right on Sebastian Dom, and he'll play it to his defenseman. Plotnikov on the forecheck. Back is Mads Bodker. He'll quarterback this power play for Denmark. 1:20 left. Tikhonov watching his man. And now Bodker sends it ahead. In over the blue line, and it's dumped into the corner. Shirokov. Throws it up the middle of the ice. Here's a shot. They score! 3-2. Denmark are right back in this game off a bullet shot by Thomas Spelling.
We talk about the nonchalance of Russia, and we saw the play from the defenseman, just giving the puck right there to the Spelling. Perfect shot, good shot. Let's see that play here by number 52. Just nonchalant play. Big giveaway. Great shot by Spelling.
So Sergei Shirokov puts it on a tee for Thomas Spelling, and it's in the back of the net off a rifle shot. And Bobrovsky beaten on the glove hand. So the Danes, with lots to smile about, they're just one goal down here to powerhouse Russia, and they've got lots of time left, over 10 minutes remaining.
Who knows what can happen?
Jacobson against Shipashov. Stay tuned, folks. We're in for a barn burner of a finish here in Ostrava. Stranger things have happened. We've seen France beat Canada, Russia a couple of years ago. Is it the Danes this time to shock the Russians? Yakovlov sends it ahead, in over the line. Cutting in towards goal. Nice move by Shipashov. Dadonov with it. Big line out there for Russia. Dadonov banging away. And a nice job by Dom. Getting the left pad out to make the save. Chudanov. And now back in their own zone. Russia will organize. This is Anton Bailov. And now Malkin. Ahead for Kulemin. Shot from a bad angle. Easy save for Sebastian Dom. And he hangs on for a whistle.
Good job by Don right there, coming back. Russia coming back, putting a lot of pressure, and keeping this team to 1 goal disadvantage right here. There's a goal again by Spelling. Again, nonchalant play by number 52, there, Shirokov.
Bobrovsky have had it.
He didn't see it. I think his view was blocked right before that.
Off the draw now, Denmark. Get it up and out. Back with the puck now is Bodker. Logging a lot of ice time for Denmark on the blue line, of course, with missing a couple players. A suspension has ruled out Jesper B. Jensen. And now Russia bring it up through the neutral zone. Antipin going coast to coast, and Denmark flips it up along the boards. Back with it now is Kulikov, Dmitry Kulikov, the Florida Panthers rear guard. Youngster, just 24 years of age, playing on a veteran Latin squad. Into the corner now, Plotnikov. Takes a hit there. Oliver Lauritsen, the big fella, 6'6", just completely working over Plotnikov. And Plotnikov gives him a swipe. And now Denmark bring it up the ice. Danes turn the puck over. And now in the neutral zone, Russia with it. It's dumped in deep. Behind the net now, Lauritsen will lead things out for Denmark. Sends it ahead, in on the wing, come Denmark. Storm, Frederick Storm, pinned up against the boards by Tikhonov. Storm trying to dig it loose, get some help there from Jensen. And now Russia come away with it. On the boards, it's flipped up and out all the way down the ice. Into the corner now. Lauritsen. If it sounds like he's been everywhere tonight, it's because there's 2 of them. Brothers on this squad. Shirokov. Brought in over the line. Hart throws it towards goal, nobody there. This is Madsen now, and Russia take over. Brought up the ice, up through the neutral zone. Turnover there. And now Dadonov on the attack. Dadonov, the shot, nice save. As he goes hard to the net, looking for a rebound.
Again, good job by Don getting square to that puck there. One thing the Danish players have to do, they cannot skate with the Russian players. So the puck, they got to move the puck ahead. Quick puck movement from the middle to the outside. And just go to the net, try to put the puck at net, get some rebounds, and hope for a good goal here for the title game here.
How about Sebastian Dom? He went into this tournament as the number 3 string goalie, and he's making a case to be the number 1 for Denmark.
Well, it's definitely Patrick Galbraith's actually a pretty good goalie as well, but Sebastian Don's getting his chance there to play in the Worlds and doing a great job out of it.
Lauritsen and Kulemin, 2 of the more physical players in this tournament. Kulemin, not a small guy either, 6'1", 212 pounds, but about 17 pounds less than Oliver Lauritsen. He's playing his club hockey in the AHL these days. So an offensive zone face-off for Russia. The big line is out there. Shipashov along with Panarin. Dadonov, and they've been dangerous tonight. Face-off to the left of Sebastian Dom. Off the draw. Russia control cleanly. And it squirts out into the neutral zone. Yakovlev sends it cross ice. Defense partner back, Anton Belov. Anton Belov brings the puck up the ice. Puck is dumped in, into the corner it goes. Panarin overskates the puck. Panarin with it, out in front, all alone, the shot! Great save by Sebastian Dom. All kinds of time in front for Shipashov, and Dom denies him.
Great save by Dom, but Shipashov should have shoot that puck right away on reception. Stopped it, tried to look for a little pass on the other side. Saw that he wasn't able to. They shut the puck, but Don was already in position.
Here's a look at Thomas Spelling's work tonight. A goal and assist. Had a great game for Denmark. Now the puck is chipped out all the way down the ice. Back to retrieve it is Andrei Mironov. Mironov. And the Russians get it up and out all the way down the ice. That's going to be icing against Russia. And Patrice, head coach Oleg Znark, viewed as one of the masterminds and one of the best hockey minds in Russia, but he doesn't seem to have this team on the same page today.
Well, right now, like I said, they probably see as Russia, Denmark, as a not worthy opponent, and like I said, it's been a lot of nonchalance play from Russia.
Puck sent all the way down the ice, and that is going to be icing again against this Russian team. There you see Oleg Znark. Had a very good career at the club level with Dynamo Moscow. Had a tremendous career as a player too, a very high scoring forward. Of course, was born in Latvia to Russian parents. Played in the German DEL League. And now in the neutral zone, Denmark takes over. Jacobson gets it back to his defenseman. Sent cross ice by Lauritsen. Puck is turned over and it's dumped in by Mosiakin. Lauritsen backhands it up along the boards. Puck is brought ahead by the Danes, and they get it into the attacking end. Back to retrieve it are Russia. They put it up along the boards all the way down the ice, and that's going to be the third icing call in about 45 seconds against Team Russia.
Well, that's why you get opportunity. Some guys are tired probably on the other side from Russia. Try to get a play right off the face after they get a goal there and put pressure. Keep putting pressure. When you get guys that are tired, you got more chance to change your lane quicker on the offensive side, then you get more chance of the defensive team making a mistake and maybe a turnover or a goal for you guys.
Off the draw, Russia win the faceoff. Kulikov sends it up along the boards. And now Anisimov gets it in deep. Anisimov on the forecheck. He takes a big hit there by Lauritsen. And it looks like a penalty is going to be coming here. High sticking, and there's blood. Anisimov cut above the eye, so a 4-minute double minor coming up here against Denmark, and that really hurts the Danes.
Absolutely, it's coming in the wrong time there, and we'll see again the play here. Lauritsen, I don't think it was the eye stick. I think it's just the way that he hit his face on the boards.
Take a look here again, slow-mo. Gets the shoulder into him, and
I think it was a good hit, actually. I don't think it's there's a penalty right there.
Unless the butt end of the stick came up, but it certainly looked like he delivered the shoulder, and
no penalty.
It looks like no penalty indeed.
That's
so
a good call.
Good call. Looked like the referee was going to make a high sticking call, but 5-on-5. Puck in the neutral zone now. The Russians come away with it. Shipashov looking for the loose puck. Some good physical play there by the Danes. And now Denmark bring it into the attacking zone. Here's a chance. Jensen out front. Jensen with it. And now Shipashov the other way for Russia. He backhands it ahead. Belov to Panarin. Panarin, the shot off the mask of Sebastian Dam. And
good action by Denmark. I would have liked Jensen to shoot that puck. There are two guys going to the net. Shoot the puck at feet for a rebound. Try to look for that little pass there. Unfortunately, there's nothing can happen here.
Here's that last chance. Sebastian Dam, he's been using his head, if you will. That shot right off the mask, deflecting up out of play. Off the faceoff now. Lodker loses the puck. It's played up along the boards. Digging for it there is Hart. Nicholas Hart backhands it there for his teammate Jensen. And out into the neutral zone. Back to retrieve it is Nikolai Kulemin. Looking for the loose puck. And now Russia with possession. Kulemin cross to Medvedev. Medvedev scampers behind his own net, buy some time. It's being watched closely there by Madsen. Sent all the way down the ice. Cross ice pass there for Nicholas Jensen. Brought in over the line. Hart is hit. And now Russia come away with it on the counter attack. Mosiakin puts on the brakes. Mosiakin trying to go 5-hole. behind the net now. Tarasenko up front. Here's a shot wide of the net. Into the corner now. Russia with the puck. Mozyakin, cross ice. Tarasenko back to the blue line. Here's the shot, and a nice save, and no rebound at all as Sebastian Dom doing a nice job again in net for Denmark.
Absolutely, no rebounds there. When he sees the puck, he's pretty confident with it as well, and keeping his team there in the close game with Russia.
We've seen a lot of rubber tonight. 30 shots by the Russian national team there. See on the bench, Artem Anisimov getting patched up. The Columbus Blue Jackets forward, 6'4", 180 pounds. He likes to play a physical brand of hockey. On the wrong end of a hit that time, though. Shipashov, nice pass, Panarin! Can't get the shot off. Got a great wrist shot, Artem Panarin, but he's got to get it off quicker. Shipashov on the forecheck. That deflects up, Dadonov, cross ice, Panarin. Can't handle the pass, Panarin takes a hit there. Shipashov back to the blue line. There's a shot and a nice glove save by Sebastian Dom.
Again, when he sees that puck, no problem for him. Giving his team some confidence right there as well.
So Janne Carlson has to be happy with how his team has played today. He's no domestic success in Sweden. He won 3 titles with Frölunda. Hoping to bring that same level of success to Denmark. On the face-off now. Malkin loses the draw, and Bodker comes away with it. Cross to his defense partner, out into the neutral zone. Swatting at it. There's Mironov, and it's sent in deep. There's a hit delivered by Jensen. Mozyakin sends it ahead to Malkin. Malkin, cross ice. Mozyakin in the slot, Mozyakin, beautiful goal. Mozyakin showing patience, outweights Sebastian Dom and puts the backhand in the back of the net. Russia 4, Denmark 2.
Great play there by Malkin, getting with the puck, getting his speed in neutral zone, passing the puck east to west. Back to Mozyakin for the nice deke there. See Malkin right away, passing the puck, going right to the net, opening things up. Nice patient, nice move. Made it look easy.
Blown defensive coverage here. Frederick Storm caught watching the puck. Doesn't take the man, and Mozyakin just has so much poise and patience. He's a veteran, and he's done that many a time. Second all time in the KHL in scoring behind only Alexander Radulov. And he was the MVP of the KHL 2 seasons ago when he led Metallurg Magnitogorsk to the title. Plotnikov on the draw against Jacobson. 2:53 remaining here in regulation time. Russians out in front, doubling up the Danes, 4-2 right now. So both line mates, Kuhlman and Malkin, picking up the helpers. Denmark send the puck ahead. Very vocal Russian fans here in attendance today. Anisimov plays it into the corner. And now this is Kulikov. Kulikov down low. Tikhonov. Tikhonov back to the point. Russia cycling the puck around nicely, putting on the brakes. There's the shot. They score! A wrist shot handcuffs Dom, and it's 5-2.
Well, Russia doing what they do so well, protecting the puck, passing the puck around, cycling over the place. And great shot by Tarasenko, top shelf. Nothing that Don could do on that one.
So Vladimir Tarasenko, the St. Louis Blue, using a nice wrist shot here. There you see, curls in off the boards here. Uses the defenseman as a screen and lifts it top shelf to make it 5-2. What a snipe. And Russia with some breathing space here over the Danes. 5-2 in the dying minutes, just 2:09 remaining. Green on the faceoff. Shipashov wins the draw. Mironov across to his defense partner. It's played ahead, and now the Danes take over. Dumped in. And Now Russia back to regroup. Spelling on the forecheck, but this is Panarin with it now. Panarin. He's got Shipashov to his right. Panarin. Panarin cutting in out front, and the Danes come away with it. Behind the net now, twisting and turning is Kim Stahl, 37-year-old veteran.
Haven't seen Kovalchuk in the third period.
Very, very good point. Oleg Znarik looking to send a message here. The coach that preaches discipline. Here come the Russians on the attack. There's a shot over the net. Mozyakin. Mozyakin. And now Malkin. Malkin trying to cut in. Russians looking for the loose puck. Here is Malkin looking for a fancy play. And the Danes didn't like that too much. Behind the net, Malkin getting tangled up with Lauritsen. Lauritsen taking exception there to Malkin, perhaps trying to showboat a little. Bobrovsky off his crease quickly, and things break out now. Malkin and Lauritsen exchanging shots, and a lot of discussion between those two.
Absolutely, Lauritsen's been under the skins of a lot of players every game he's playing. He's doesn't matter who they are. He just goes there, shows up, and that's perfect. That's great. Trying to make a case for himself. Trying to move up again with the Flyers. Played some games last year with the Flyers, and wants to make a case for himself. Trying to say, hey, I can play with those big guys, and I'll stick up with them.
He's not going to back down from anyone, that's for sure. So looks like we'll get coincidental minors here. So in the dying moments of this game, there's Coach Oleg Znarik. And we'll see 4-on-4 hockey for the rest of this game. Twisting and turning, there is Bjorkstrand trying to walk out in front. Bjorkstrand digging after that loose puck in the corner now. Jensen gets it to Bjorkstrand. Back to the blue line. Thrown into the corner there by Uldal. Here comes Russia on the attack now. Tarasenko lets it go wide of the net. Now Jensen circling back. 15 seconds remaining here. Plotnikov on the forecheck. Danish player loses his stick. And now Plotnikov behind the net. Dom out to play it into the corner. And the buzzer goes, and that will do it here in Ostrava. So Russia rallies in the third period to put the game away. 5-2 over Denmark. Patrice, a W, and a win is a win, it is a win, but not of a convincing fashion for the Russians.
Not really. They were very nonchalant today, and I mean, when the time came that start moving, doing a little few things more on the ice, but not a very convincing win for Russia.
For the Danes, they don't pick up any points from this, but certainly a confidence builder, hanging with the big boys for the majority of this game.
Absolutely, they were there within 55 minutes of a game. There was a 2-goal lead for Russia, and they stayed with them and had a few chances to score a few goals and come back, maybe tie it. But I mean, like I've said before, they didn't expect to get any points against them. If they did, it was a bonus. But like you said, they gotta take this and bring the teams forward.
So the Danes will stay with 1 point from 4 games. The Russians now with 9 points in 4 games. This puts them in a tie with USA. Best player of the game.
53, Spelling. Bjorkstrand.
Bjorkstrand gets the nod.
And I'm gonna go with Mozyak in number 10 for Russia.
So Bjorkstrand, solid game, but certainly you would have thought Thomas Spelling or Sebastian Dom really stood on his head. So over 30 shots this game. You called it.
1 for 2, 50%.
So Sergei Mozyakin, the veteran, has had a storied career in the KHL for Russia, picks up the Player of the Game award. So for all of us here at the IIHF World Hockey Championships, this was a great match here, and later tonight we got a big game.
Big game, Canada and Sweden, so make sure you stick around at 8:15. It's going to be great action.
So stay tuned for that from all of us here. We'll see you tonight.